So coming to the interesting and fun question जो सब लोगों को अब यहाँ पे बैठे हुए सब लोगों को बहुत interesting लगेगा. How did I Am Hip Hop start?
I Am Hip Hop started in 2013 जब मैंने SSDC करके ग्रुप था जो मैंने 2007 में बनाया था. 2006 में बनाया था.
How did you then? Let's go even back further.
हाँ, okay.
क्योंकि ये चीज तो फिर तो ये लाइमलाइट में नहीं आई.
The thing is that जब मैं इंडिया में आया, I didn't really plan to dance. Okay.
अच्छा.
My focus was okay. I've come to another country. Let me get back into like just studying and doing something great at it. Because I was in the Philippines till about year 2000, and because of my accident, I came to India because I can't perform with my crew anymore and all of that stuff. I know a lot of people doesn't know about it. Nobody knows about it actually, except for my crewmates.
So would you like to elaborate or be there?
Yeah, so I was in I created my crew in the Philippines in 2005, 4
Okay.
5. Yeah. No, sorry, 2005, 94, 95. Oh my God. I'm literally telling my age now. Yeah.
94 is my birth year, by the way.
So I fell in love with hip hop clothing at first. Okay. I was an artist in the Philippines. It's gonna be a long story.
We are up for it.
And
हिंदी थोड़ा बीच में.
So I was in the Philippines. I was born in the Philippines. And I was in this industry since I was 6 years old. So I was a singer back then, and I was a child artist. So I have my shows on television and stuff like that. And hip hop suddenly boom hua tha Philippines mein, like the year 93 and all of that. So 94 mein, clothing started coming in, and so I was like, wow, yeah, acha yaar, ye mast hai. I want to know what it is. And I realized that ye culture pura US se aaya hai. So in the year 94, I forced myself to like travel and see what it is. And then I met hip hop dancers over there, and so I fell in love with it. I also didn't know that I was so into dancing, but mujhe seekhna tha culture kya hai, because he told me it's MCing and graffiti and the clothing and b-boying. So in New York, whoever I find like could dance a little bit or looks like a dancer, तो मैं पूछता था like एक step सिखाओगे? बच्चा जैसा ऐसा खींचता था मैं, because all of them are very tall. And I've learned dancing through that. Like literally
ऐसा पकड़ के मतलब you have to
एक step from each person. And I used to give them one beer at the end of the session. That's it. And they're happy with that. तो फिर मैं फिलीपींस में गया वापस, and
you're traveling in US.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I told myself, I'm changing my line. I want to be a dancer.
Achha.
So I created my crew.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Okay.
And so whatever I knew, I used to teach everybody. और फिर मैंने group बनाया. Now I have a manager, because I was an artist as well. And so I told my manager, from today I'm not singing at all. I think being alone on stage is just so boring. I want to bring something else. So I started choreographing, not knowing how to choreograph also. जो steps आता था वो सब मिला के choreography बनता था. And then we started competing. And I stopped working in industry. And my manager was like, then do something for my crew. Like, put me on TV again,
right.
if you want me on TV. So from there onwards, हम लोग ने चालू कर दिया फिर.
But in Philippines?
In Philippines, yes. And then after my accident and stuff like that, I got so depressed because I can't dance with my crew anymore because of my back injury and stuff. And so I had to like leave the country. So I came here.
Why India?
My parents were here.
Fair enough.
So mom and dad यहाँ पे ही था. And I have another country to like, you know, live. So I left my country and I came here. 3 months मैं सिर्फ अपने रूम में था. Depression में. And then finally I saw Boogie Woogie.
Okay, वही समझ गया.
टीवी पे. देखने के बाद अपने आप को बोला कि मैं उन लोग से अच्छा डांस करता हूँ यार. Sorry.
मेरे को लगा इंस्पिरेशन मिलेगा. Okay,
ऐसा था. I swear ऐसा था.
Okay.
And then I came out of my room. My dad was sitting and I told him, I want to go there. मैं टीवी पे देख रहा था. I'm pointing at the television and saying, I want to be there. Like, okay. And because literally they don't know whether I'm going to be staying here or not. They want me to stay here. फिर डैड ने किसी को फ़ोन किया और फिर कांटेक्ट मिल गया. मेरे को डायरेक्टली स्टूडियो पे लेके गया था.
अच्छा.
I remember it's in I think it was SJ Studio in Andheri East. It's a very old studio. मेरे को लेके गया और उसी दिन there was a championship happening. It was a all India championship. Like मुंबई का एक था, अपना रोहन रोकड़े था, from Rajasthan, someone else, ऐसा. States basically, the champions over there came one day to compete over there. And then so I introduced myself, I'm a dancer, this, that, blah, blah, I'm from the Philippines. वो लोग बहुत खुश हो गया. वो लोग बोल रहे आप भी उधर जाओ. अच्छा जी. So I went on stage, bro.
अच्छा. Directly.
Yes.
Nothing.
And in like 5 minutes, I'm already a contestant. And they announced me to be a champion from the Philippines.
Right.
I had no clue. But yeah. I went on stage. And it was freestyle. And back then you can play English track. So I freestyle on English track and all that. और फिर वो करते करते they said second round है. So like okay. And then all the contestants were giving me songs like options and all that. Like, okay, just play anything, I'll perform. Because I'm a freestyle dancer. So I went on stage, second round. I finished that. It was like about 1 a.m. They said, तीसरा round भी है.
उसी दिन.
It's like, okay. I mean, I'm pretty cool with, battles back then as well. So I'm used to it. तो मैंने किया. And then by 4 a.m. I was so sleepy. बहुत नींद आ रहा था. I was standing on stage with all the contestants. I was like, यार कब खत्म हो गया ये shoot.
अच्छा.
Yeah, I regretted it. And then, because we don't really shoot like that abroad. Like 8 hours max. Or sometimes, like my show, I used to shoot for like 3 hours a day. That's it. तो वो हुआ 4 a.m. Everybody started clapping. And I was lost in my head. And then मेरे बाजू में congratulate कर रहा था मुझे. Congratulations, bro. Congratulations. I was like, what happened? Then some confetti blast happened. And I'm just looking around like that. And then they said cut. I heard cut. और फिर जावेद ने मुझे इंग्लिश में बताया कि मैं जीत गया. आपको रिएक्शन देना है. Like you should be happy. So अपन रीटेक करते हैं.
अच्छा.
पूरा हम लोग ने रीटेक किया वो सब. Just give me a cue 1, 2.
You were not understanding only what was happening.
Because it was in Hindi.
अच्छा.
They were talking. You know how it is, right? The shooting कैसा मतलब 2 घंटे तो बात ही करते हैं वो लोग. And they show it on TV for like,
Minutes.
10 minutes or something.
Right.
तो वो हुआ, वापस announcement हुआ, सब खुश, this that. I also like smiled, shook everybody's hand. and
Which season was it?
It was year 2000, bro.
My God.
God knows what season. I just it's happened to see it on television. And lucky me, so they have a choreographer on board. So जो guest performance and all of that. तो वहाँ पे लॉली सर का डांसर्स लोग थे. You know Lolly sir.
Yeah, yeah.
The next thing I knew, I was in someone's rehearsals the next day.
अच्छा.
और वहाँ पे भी ऐसा करता था, गाना प्ले होता था, मेरे को फ्री स्टाइल कहना पड़ता. तो for 1 hour I used to freestyle and then suddenly they'll stop me. रुक. ये वाला वापस कर. Then they used to call people and then I used to teach them
अच्छा.
the same steps. The next day I was at some set.
Most of the time you were clueless what was happening.
Yeah, completely, because none of them speaks English.
And that time English wasn't a language like today.
No, not at all. There was one person, I'm not going to mention it, but one person who tried to have a conversation with me. I couldn't understand what he was saying because his English was also like that. And तो मैं set पे था and I could see my choreography is happening. Everybody is doing it. And then from there to another rehearsals, and I was doing the same thing. I was just freestyle, used to play song, freestyle. Everybody, 100 people is copying it. Yeah, and then I suddenly opened my mouth and said, "I wanna be on stage," because it was I was doing a show. It was a Manik Chand Award, something like that. और फिर मैंने कहा मुझे भी डांस करना है यार, मेरे लिए तो ये कोरियोग्राफी तो ठीक है, बट मुझे डांस करना है.
Right.
तो उन लोग ने मेरे को डाल दिया एज अ डांसर, तो मैं खुश. एंड देन सडनली देयर वाज अ बज दैट सम फॉरेनर बॉयज कम फ्रॉम द फिलीपींस एंड अच्छा कर लेता है. एंड देन एवरीबडी स्टार्टेड कॉलिंग मी देन आई केम टू नो दैट आई एम ऑलरेडी असिस्टिंग choreographers.
Achha.
Yeah. So back then I couldn't understand because first of all I don't know the choreographers. I didn't know them at all. बस मैं hall पे
And
आता
Boogie
था.
Woogie was the start of the Indian dance, like the rise of one of the earliest and one of the
definitely.
first
Yes.
big thing which happened, and I think dancing took off after the whole
So true, so true.
hip hop at least.
Yeah, so true. And thank God for that. I saw it on television and I was like, no, I want to be on that stage. Thank God for that. And that's when I got introduced to
The culture.
Bollywood choreographers. Or I think it was just a right time at the right place, and I was lucky.
Happens.